All right. Hello, we're back. There was a question while we were doing the rocket video, and why is it a cookie oven? It is a cookie oven because that's literally the first thing that's going to be baked in it. So, yeah. But, hi, I'm Annie Wilson. I will be your host for today. I have two dogs and a cat. In case you weren't aware, now you know. They make noise. But we do this cool thing where we throw bits at them, and the dogs are very happy. So, yes, they are sending, one of the many things being sent up is a cookie oven. But the cookie oven is the coolest thing, and everybody wants to talk about that. So, yeah, you just have to mention it. It started off as an experiment of how do you bake things in space? And ovens work decently well here on the ground. But ovens, like most things in microgravity, don't work the same way in microgravity. I guess convection doesn't work, so I'm assuming that they have... Oh no, they don't have a fan. They're just surrounding the element being cooked with heat. It's this weird cylinder, and the cookie goes right inside the cylinder. So with that, let's go to our own baking, and that would be Bingo Baker. So as soon as I get my thing set up, because I'm not 1000% set up, there we go, Bingo Baker. So we're going to set up our bingo. I am not nearly as set up for everything else as I am for this. So we're going to put dogs barking, liftoff, T-minus, cookie oven, because I really want them to mention the cookie oven. This launch is by Northrop Grumman, and it is the Cygnus NG 12. I think they're in Wallops. It's on an Antares Rocket. Let's see. I don't know how they allowed this with the crumb problem. Ingredients? I mean, we can put the ingredients on there, but I think the cookies are being sent up pre-mixed. But sure, we'll put ingredients on there. Let me see where this is launching from. It says Virginia. Yep, Wallops Island. So, rover control, radiation protection, because they also have a radiation protection vest. Let me open up this NASA link. That's the AstroRad vest. So I'll put AstroRad. I'll also put 0G oven. And made in space recycler. So we'll put additive manufacturing, because that's what everybody calls 3D printing. And I'll actually put in parentheses 3D printing, because a lot of people will be like, what's additive manufacturing? And because I live in an area that's trying to be super innovative with 3D printing, although it's not blatantly obvious, it is actually additive manufacturing. That's what they prefer to call it. Journey Started asks, when is the Chinese launch? I thought it was this weekend for reschedule. I'm not sure. Oh, Cygnus is built by Orbital ATK. Cygnus Craft is, so we'll put Aerojet Rocketdyne. And I don't know what the fuel is for Antares. I have a feeling it's LOX and liquid hydrogen, because that tends to be what we use. We'll just put Nanorex, because that's who is... Nanorex is involved with the zero-G oven. And they're also doing a whole lot of other stuff. Oh, the same people that make the Pegasus. Okay. That actually makes sense. Cygnus and Pegasus. So this is what I'm looking at right now. And I guess they're also sending up rodents. Microgravity is a disruptor of the 12-hour circadian clock. Rodent Research 14. I'm trying to see. Wait, did they really send up rodents? Are they really sending up rodents? Yes. Mice. Any mention of mice? Any mention of mice or rodents? Okay. Alright, so now it is literally on to Wikipedia. Antares Rocket. To see exactly how many stages there are on this thing. It's 2 to 3. And what kind of rocket stays? Nope, they use RP1. They use RP1. Launching from Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport. Okay. Good morning. I know, Noel. That's gotta be a bummer. You wouldn't think so many people would be streaming at this time. Regional Spaceport. And it looks like 2 stages. Hello, Sleeper Sigh. Alright, so stage 1, separation. And payload fairing, separation. And then I think I don't know if the second, we'll just do payload separation. That's probably easier. Max Q. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not, I didn't mean to block it. But Kevlar had a very good question about, the radiation shielding thing isn't on that link. So, they're testing the AstroRad vest, and here is the link to the AstroRad vest. It's a vest, and I don't think astronauts currently wear, oh, wait, since when can you stream Second Life on Twitch? I don't think the vest covers male reproductive organs, but the vest does cover, oh, Extra Life, not Second Life, okay. The vest does cover female reproductive organs simply because it's it's a vest. To me, it looks like a bulletproof vest, but it also looks a lot thicker. All right. So we have Dog Sparking, Liftoff, T-, Cookie Oven, Northrop Grumman, Cygnus, NG-12, Wallops, Antares, Ingredients, Rover Control, Radiation Protection, also known as Astrorad, Additive Manufacturing or 3D Printing, Orbital ATK, Aerojet Rocketdyne, LOX, RP-1, Nanoracks, Rodent Research 14, or any mention of mice or rodents, Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport, Stage 1 separation, payload separation, and things are happening. Things are happening. I'm going to mute it for now. Hello, Peacock. The location, we have. There we go. Thank you. I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, it's not protecting the eyes, throat, or gonads. So the engines are built. All right, so we'll add a mention of the RD 181 engines and location, ISS. I'm not even going to try. And then cargo, resupply. Okay, so yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. I should know this. That gonads is not gender or biological sex dependent. It is literally the same term for both ovaries and testes. It's the generic term. The vest will protect ovaries, but not testes. I don't think there is any sort of protection for testes. And I don't know if any astronauts have had children after they've been to space. All right, so this is NG-12 launch bingo. All right. That's cool. Anything else that should be added to this?
Space station is currently flying about 259 statute miles north of Bermuda in the Sargasso Sea. Flight Director Royce Renfrew is leading teams in this room today. You can see him there. He's gathering data from all the flight controllers ahead of Cygnus launch. The visiting vehicle officer this morning, or VVO, is Ray Bigenes. He's in direct communication with Northrop Grumman and is sharing Cygnus status with teams here in the room.
FSO, arm on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. +1, +2. Arm removed. Check channel continued.
LC elect 2, FTS indication received. FTS currently indicates safe.
And FSO, verify FTS arm indication.
FSO, FTS arm indication.
LC elect 2, FTS safe and arm, and FTLU safe.
Copy all. We'll check 362, 363, and 364 complete.
There are multiple locations where the vehicle is being monitored today. This is the Northrop Grumman Mission Control Center located in Dulles, Virginia, where teams continue to monitor the Antares Rocket and Cygnus spacecraft. Everything currently proceeding nominally for an on-time launch at 8:59 Central Time, 9:59 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. The mission director today in Dulles is Paul Brower.
Okay. I think we're all set up.
It's a special time for the International Space Station. On October 31st, the three-member crew, Expedition 1 crew of William Shepard, Yuri Gidzenko, and Sergei Krikalev launched to the International Space Station. And on this day, 19 years ago, they arrived to the International Space Station, beginning 19 years of continuous human presence in space. During an on-time launch today, the International Space Station will be flying over the South Atlantic, southwest of Cape Town, South Africa, at an altitude of 257 statute miles. But down here on the ground, and as you can see in this picture, mostly clear skies, actually totally clear skies, and a little over 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Expecting nice and clear conditions throughout the rest of the morning. There is a 0% chance of any weather violations.
I'm just trying to get everything on my screen right now. And I'm actually going to kill
Cygnus
Bingo.
will arrive to the International Space Station after a 2-day journey, and it will make its way to the Unity module on the Earth-facing side of the station Monday, November 4th. Astronauts aboard the station will use the Canadarm2 to reach out and grapple the spacecraft once it reaches its grapple point. Jessica Meir will be the capture lead for that morning, and she'll be backed up by Christina Cook. NASA astronaut Drew Morgan will monitor Cygnus systems during the final stage of the rendezvous. Once astronauts have captured the vehicle, they'll turn controls back over to teams here on the ground, where the robotics officer will use the Canadarm2 to reposition the spacecraft and bring it up toward the Unity module and berth it with the space station. Crew will access the cargo later that day. And Cygnus will remain attached until January 13th, 2020, when it will depart the space station but not return to Earth just yet. It will complete some satellite deployments and additional objectives before burning up upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere.
That's actually pretty cool.
Prop 2.
Yeah, Prop
Right,
2
so you
step,
should have-
365, you go to place OCCS in the SAC mode and pause the HSS ASC.
In work.
Under 24 minutes until launch this morning, let's take a look at what is on Cygnus. A total of over 4 tons, over 8,200 pounds, will be launching to the space station this morning. That's over 1,700 pounds of crew supplies, over 4,242 pounds of utilization equipment, which is science experiments and other hardware, 203 pounds of spacewalk equipment, another 1,561 pounds of vehicle and system equipment, and 31 pounds of computer resources.
Lead and Prop 2, you can resume your HSS ASC and then return OCCS to automatic control mode.
I wonder what the
And
computer
LC
resources
Prop
are.
2, HSS ASC resumed. OCCS in auto control mode.
Copy that too. We'll check 368 and 369 and GNC1. Can you provide status of upper level winds?
LC, GNC1, upper level winds are go.
Roger that, GNC1. We'll check 370 complete. Ops 1 LC, countdown 1. Step 371, enabled ME1 and ME2, TVC and AHA buses.
LC Ops 1 in work. LC Ops 1, TVC and EHA buses enabled.
Roger, Ops 1. Site control, step 372, arm tel for rapid retract.
And in work.
Okay. On your bingo card, you should have marked off Cygnus, Antares, Cargo, NG-12, your free space, and I'm not sure anything else. Printer ink cartridges, maybe Sully, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see them using paper printouts. I really don't. That just seems like It just seems like a waste. I'm sure there are some things that are printed, but those things are probably also laminated. Like the how to fix the toilet. I bet you that manual is, if nothing else, in a in protective thing. Ooh, grease pencil sheets and dry erase boards. Yes. So I don't know what else they've mentioned. I might have missed it. I can't.
This morning, we are joined by Christina Holona, Program Manager for Antares Systems, Engineering, Integration, and Test, here with us from Northrop Grumman today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, and good morning to everyone who's joined us this morning.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your role?
Sure. As the Antares Systems Engineering and Integration Test Engineer, Program Manager, my role is to provide systems engineering leadership to efficiently and reliably execute Antares' cargo resupply mission to the International Space Station. My team and I work to increase the focus on clear requirements development, interface design, testability, and verification. The system engineering is an important role to Antares as we actually get to, interface with all the different engineering disciplines through across the program. And we do this to ensure that we are always in compliance with our customers' requirements and their needs throughout the program.
Welcome, Raiders. Hello.
That's great. So there are some differences with this launch that we saw this before on Northrop Grumman 11, but we're seeing it again on Northrop Grumman 12.
Thank you, Raiders.
The late load
you
option
joined us just
for
in
cargo
time.
on Cygnus. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. One of the unique features of the Antares 230 Plus vehicles that we have built new specialized ground support equipment that allows us to take the vehicle from vertical to horizontal. This allows us to kind of drive what we call a mobile clean room right up to the pad, as you see that there in the graphic. And this allows us to remove the pop-top fairing. We can't see it there in the picture, but there's actually a pop-top on top of the fairing that comes off. And we're able to load time-sensitive research experiments and other perishable items that NASA needs to provide 24 hours prior to launch. I'd also like to note a key flexibility feature added to the CRS-2, which is the ability for NASA to significantly alter the final cargo load by up to 20% as late as the 24 hours before liftoff. And you can't see it here too, but there's a bladder that inflates between that little opening there and the fairing.
Thanks for
and
the
that
follow.
inflates to close the gap between the clean room and wall so that everything that goes in and out is protected.
It's very interesting, and I understand this is not the only difference for this flight. This is the first flight of the Antares 230 Plus rocket. So what are some of the differences between 230, which we've seen fly before, and 230 Plus?
Sure. So the NG-12 is the first flight of the Antares 230 Plus configuration. And the difference from Antares 230 are the upgrades to the Stage 1 core. It's also lighter composite structures and an optimized second stage mortar. The upgraded Stage 1 core allows Antares engines to perform at full thrust throughout most of the first stage profile. With these upgrades, we're able to offer NASA more cargo capability for their CRS-2 missions by increasing the performance of Antares. We're also providing more flexibility for the final cargo load as well. And this figure, everyone can see is the differences, and you can see in comparison how much we've kind of taken off. And there's definitely lots of mass savings for us for 230 Plus.
Great, more efficient and able to deliver more cargo, so that's what everyone wants.
Oh yes, and that we'll be doing that for 230 Plus going forward.
Thank you so much, Christina. We are now just over 17 minutes from launch of Cygnus. We'll be looking for that at 8:59 a.m. Central and 47 seconds, 9:59 a.m. Eastern and 47 seconds. But the teams have been progressing smoothly throughout the morning through some pre-launch milestones. That began about 4 hours ago with poll for readiness for the launch vehicle to be powered on. And then an hour and 20 minutes before launch, fueling began of the first stage. That's liquid oxygen and R21 kerosene.
Roger that. System will check 379 complete.
There have been various checks throughout the morning between Houston and Dulles, Virginia to ensure everything is on schedule. And at the 12-minute mark before launch, we will have a poll to proceed with the final countdown. Everything continues to proceed smoothly, and at 5 minutes before launch, the vehicle will switch to internal power.
Lead on countdown 1.
Go ahead, lead.
F1 N level is 13 of 13.
Roger that. Lead Core 1 LC, countdown 1.
About 3 minutes and 30 seconds before launch, auto sequence handoff for terminal countdown will be initiated, and that marks the time the computers take over for the final steps up through the launch at T-0.
Launch team, be advised, step 385 will be not required for today's operation. We'll be coming up with our poll to proceed with final countdown in just about 3 minutes. And Core 1 LC, countdown 1.
LC says Core 1 on
All Cygnus vehicles are named after people who have made significant contributions to spaceflight but have passed away, and this vehicle is named after the late Apollo and Skylab astronaut who died on May 26, 2018 at the age of 86. That's Alan Bean. It's very appropriate that Cygnus is named after Bean on this mission. It launches 50 years to the month after Alan Bean, Pete Conrad, and Dick Gordon flew to the moon on the Apollo 12 mission, in which Bean became the fourth human to walk on the lunar surface. He was the lunar module pilot aboard Intrepid with Mission Commander Conrad when they landed on the moon at the Ocean of Storms on November 19, 1969. 4 years later, he commanded the second crewed Skylab mission, Skylab 3, which launched on July 28, 1973. Bean, Owen Garriott, and Jack Lousma spent 59 days in space aboard America's first space station. That's Alan Bean, and we will see the Cygnus named after him flying very shortly today.
Roger that. Prop 2 will check step 382 complete.
Okay, so welcome Raiders, if I missed it before. Feel free to ask questions. I try to stay quiet so you can hear all the comms traffic and as well as what they're saying, because usually they know way more about what's going on than I do. Yes, there is a cookie oven going up on this launch.
CMD LC, countdown 1. And CMD LC, countdown 1.
CMD, countdown 1, go ahead.
Yeah, CMD, looking for status on your internal power?
Yes, Cygnus is on internal power and nominal.
Roger that. We'll check 384 complete.
Refsma asks, what do we win if we are successful at launch bingo? You get to win, me saying that you won.
Launch TMLC on countdown 1. At this time, on a poll to proceed with final countdown. GSO?
GSO, go.
RSO? RSO's go. TD? TD is go. Prop lead? Prop lead is go. Stage 1?
Stage 1 is go.
MES1?
MES1 is go.
GC?
GCE, go.
ACE?
ACE is go.
Mars?
Mars is go.
CMD?
CMD is go.
LD?
LD is go.
NG?
In honor of Alan Bean, who shared the gift of exploration in both life and art and inspired future generations to travel back to the moon and beyond, Northrop Grumman is go.
Copy. And we are go to proceed with final countdown. Check step 386.
That was a very nice tribute. I think it is very touching that they choose to name their cargo resupply vessels after people that have, you know, been in space and passed away. I feel it is a very touching tribute. Alan Bean also did art.
And Ops 2, LC, countdown 1, step 387. Go to start engine evacuation.
Engine evacuation started.
You just heard the poll to proceed with the final countdown, and we're also watching some ducting happening off the rocket. We can't really see the Antares logo so well anymore. So, Christina, can you tell us a little bit about what's happening there?
Sure, you can see the top half of the first stage of the vehicle is really cold with that cryogenic liquid oxygen. The Antares logo is almost completely obscured by ice, as you can see there. The evaporative process is happening, so the liquid oxygen is blowing off of its relief valves.
Venting.
That is super cool.
Another way to think of what's going on is venting. So hello, Florida girl. Hello, welcome. And hello, Astrowise. Yeah, I woke up. I woke up in time for the lunch. Yes, Alan Bean also did art. He would paint moonscapes based on photos that were taken on the moon.
Just under 10 minutes until launch of Antares, things continuing to proceed smoothly throughout the countdown this morning.
And I believe he would add moon dust to his paintings, but
Once
I'm not.
we get to the launch, the first thing that will occur is the stage 1 ignition.
Alright, I'm gonna duck her because she's just going over the launch stuff. I do believe he would add moon dust to his paintings. I'm not entirely too sure.
Cygnus will coast for a bit until fairing separation when the external cover that protects the spacecraft.
Okay, I'm not entirely too sure. Broken Symmetry adds, didn't he slice up his mission patches and use them for texture in his paintings? He may have. His painting, I have seen his paintings in person, and that's why I'm saying I think I met him. There is a lot of texture in his paintings. There really is. If you do ever get a chance to see them in person, go. It's not flat, smooth paint strokes against canvas. It definitely does have some dimension to it, and they're just really awesome. They really are. I have seen them well over 10 years ago now, I think, and I can still think of them. So yeah.
We haven't showed the wall.
I just shot at the control room. So if you're playing bingo with us, you should have marked off for sure. I don't have a call sheet, so I'm going off of what's on my card. You should have marked off RP1, LOX, Antares, NG12, Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport, Free Space, Cargo Cygnus Resupply, RP1. And because I don't have the call sheet in front of me, I don't remember what else I put on the card. They did do last minute loading, but I don't think I had that on the card. It's just a shot of the base of the spacecraft, of the rocket, excuse me. And yeah. Esther says, I wonder if someone has a list of astronaut artists, Bean, Lenov, and Nicole Stotts. Among others, I don't know. Honestly, right now, my niece is more concerned about how many tables and doors and windows there are in space.
And Ops 2 LC, countdown 1, step 1, 4, let's go ahead and initialize the ground ordnance power supply.
Ground ordnance power supply is initialized.
Birds.
Ground ordnance power supply is initialized. nominal.
LC prop lead on countdown 1, VTSO activation verified.
Copy all there properly. We'll check 393, 394, and 395.
Yeah? What's up, bud? I don't have anything for you. I know.
LC, site control, AFBA ECS transferred to GN2 confirmed.
5 minutes and 45 seconds until the launch, and the next milestone for Antares will be for the vehicle to begin turning on to internal power at 5 minutes.
But yeah, my niece is more concerned about numbers of tables and doors and windows in space because I created a monster. So eventually I'll have to start that astronaut list once I figure out how many tables and doors and windows are in space. It started because I was fascinated with space toilets, and I have created a monster.
And launch team, step 389 will be not required for today's operation. And Ops 2, you go to initiate engine priming at T-minus 5 minutes.
Engine priming started.
Ops 1, you go for step 398, transfer avionics to internal power.
All internal power on selected. Standing by for command completion. All external power off.
And now CLEC 1 confirms internal power is nominal. Ops 1, step 400, open FTS umbi loop and verify green indication.
FTS umbi loop open and green.
LC Elect 2, FTLU, and FTS receiver indications are nominal.
Ops 1, step 402, send all arm command.
LC Ops 1, all armed commands sent.
LC Elect 1 confirms SNAs and ODMs all armed. NASA TD, report range status.
LC TD, range is green.
Copy, range green.
LC MES 1, step 405, priming verified.
Copy, priming verified, check 405 complete.
Three minutes and 30 seconds until launch. Everything continuing to proceed nominally for Antares.
Be advised, phase 3 dynamic limits will be active at T-minus 3 minutes. FC command into flight mode. Auto sequence start. ODM bus voltages and currents nominal. Copy all LEC 1. GNC 1, step 411, verify ready for nav mode.
LC GNC 1, ready for nav.
And Ops 2, step 412, switch to nav.
LC Ops 2, switch to navigate.
LC GNC 1, orb nav telemetry verified.
Copy that. GNC 1, check step 413 complete. And we'll be at T-minus. Mark.
One minute and 45 seconds until launch. Everything proceeding smoothly for Antares and Cygnus. Still looking at an on-time launch at the opening of a 5-minute window. aiming for launch at 8:59 a.m. Central, 9:59 a.m. Eastern.
30 seconds. T-minus 1 minute. Mark.
Range is green, weather is good. 40 seconds until launch.
T-minus 30 seconds. Mark.
$20 seconds until liftoff.
T-minus 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Advantage to start. Lift off of Antares. NG-12 mission. All up flight facility. Engines at 100%. Attitude nominal. Power nominal. Engine performance nominal. Attitude nominal. Bore pressure nominal. Power nominal. TBC performance nominal. Engine performance nominal. Estimated alpha, 1 degree. BNO3 is open. Engines remain at 100% and steady. Beginning of load release. Power is nominal. Estimated alpha 1 degree. Engines remain at 100% and steady. Power is nominal. Load release, phasing out. The NG3 is open. Roughly 100 seconds to MECO.
Everything proceeding smoothly, about 100 seconds till main engine cutoff.
Just passing 100,000 feet. 100 feet per second squared. High altitude pitch up at 5 degrees. Enabling velocity steering. Engines remain stable. 1 minute to MECO. Engines remain at 100%. Attitude is nominal. BNO4 and BNO5 activated. Power nominal. Just passing 200,000 feet. Slow throttle down to 80% initiated.
Main engine cutoff coming up in about 15 seconds.
Engines 55%. Engines remain nominal. Main engine cutoff, nominal. PSS disabled. Stage 1 separation. ACS enabled. Attitude nominal.
You can see in this graphic, Cygnus is separated from the stage 1, and in the next few seconds, we'll be looking for the fairing separation. That's the shroud that covers and protects Cygnus during its launch.
Stage 1 ignition time projected at T plus 245. Fairing separation. Interstage separation. Stage 2 ignition.
Stage 2 is that solid rocket fuel that will burn for about 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Attitude nominal.
Everything proceeding smoothly for Cygnus.
Is nominal. Avionics power is nominal. Reaching 135 kilometers. Attitude nominal. Stage 2 TVC is nominal. Power subsystems remain nominal. Altitude has just reached 150 kilometers.
Stage 2 continuing to propel Cygnus now at 1,100 miles per hour.
Power and TVC systems remain nominal. Attitude nominal. We are nearing 1 minute to stage 2 burnout. TVC is nominal. Attitude nominal. Altitude 180 kilometers. Power subsystem nominal.
Stage 2 burnout coming up in about 30 seconds. Cygnus velocity currently over 15,000 miles per hour.
Attitude remains nominal. Altitude reaching 190 kilometers. Stage 2 burnout. FTS disabled. Attitude nominal.
Stage 2 burnout confirmed. Cygnus moving at over 16,833 miles per hour.
Active.
The next milestone will be Cygnus separation at about 8 minutes and 49 seconds after launch.
Power is nominal. Antares will coast for roughly another minute prior to payload separation. Systems continue to perform nominal. Altitude 190 kilometers. Apogee and perigee within 1 sigma. Roughly 30 seconds to spacecraft separation. Power is nominal. Spacecraft separation.
Team celebrating the confirmation of the spacecraft separation. Cygnus is now flying on its own.
Maneuver initiated. LC, that will end our callouts here for the NG-12 mission for Antares.
Excellent job, Ace. Excellent job. Good launch all the way around. Let's go ahead and continue with our post-launch checklist on countdown 1. And prop 1, step 423. Can you give me status on pulse purging?
LC is prop 1. Pulse purging is complete.
Okay, copy that. And site control, step 424, remove AFP-AGN2 flow and reconfigure ETS for post-launch.
Copy that and work.
Copy and work. Core 1, LC, countdown 1.
LC Core 1 on countdown 1.
Yeah, Core 1, you can direct Yuzhnoye to power off their MS ground equipment and report when complete. Same with their FMS as well.
Copy that, LC. They have to wait till they get access to the island to do that.
Oh, okay. Understood.
But I will let them know they're allowed to proceed once they gain access.
Roger that. And Ops 1, step 427, you can deactivate arm enable and verify.
LC Ops 1, arm enable rotated, arm enable indication no longer illuminated, and I can give you 428 Ops 1 launch enable removed.
Copy that. And GSO, disable your local launch enable button.
Launch enable button off.
Copy that, GSO. We'll check 29.
Speak.
LC, this is Flight Control, step 424 is complete.
Roger that, second.
Speak. All right, make it rain.
And Ops 2, if you can record your ground Mach volts and currents.
Ground Mach, external power on and green, and power supply voltage is 27.96. Power supply current 0.6.
Copy all there, Ops 2, and you can remove ground Mach power.
Ground Mach external power off.
Roger that, Ops 2. TLM 432, report when telemetry lock has been lost at the DCOM for the avionics motor component.
With that successful confirmation of orbital insertion, Cygnus is now on its way to the International Space Station, where it will arrive in 2 days on November 4th. Right now, we're here with Christina Halona, the Program Manager for Antares Systems Engineering, Integration, and Test. So, Christina, what's going on now on the ground, and what will the teams be doing until Cygnus arrives on Monday?
So the Cygnus ground team will be monitoring the spacecraft as well as performing a series of orbit maneuver burns to arrive at the International Space Station at a certain given time. The NASA ground team will be preparing the space station for the Cygnus capture, arrival, and installation.
Power supply voltage 27.99.
And we're looking forward to that arrival early Monday morning. But looking forward to Cygnus' departure, it will leave the space station in January 2020, but it's scheduled to complete an extended mission. So what will it be doing during that time?
Post-departure from the space station, the Cygnus vehicle performs a series of various secondary operations. We're going to be launching some small satellites or CubeSats, as well as performing maneuvers to test vehicle functions. Eventually, the vehicle will perform a destructive entry over the Southern Pacific Ocean and also be carrying out all of the trash from the space station as well and burning up on that reentry.
It's a very advanced way to dispose of trash.
It certainly is.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Christina. In just a few moments, we'll be speaking with Kenny Todd, the ISS Manager for Operations and Integration.
Flying flying trash
This is a view
can.
of the Northrop Grumman Mission Control Center in Dulles, where Mission Director Paul Brower is overseeing all of the teams who are monitoring the systems aboard Cygnus, and they'll be keeping a close eye on the vehicle over the next couple of days while it makes its journey to the space station.
Alright, so seriously, nobody got bingo? Really? Really? Or is everybody like, there's no prize, so why would I bother? Because I got bingo twice, y'all. I got bingo at least twice. I'm probably going to just end it here, because it's not going to be a whole lot of exciting things to look at. I know, kitty. I know. I know. It's not gonna be exciting things. The launch is pretty much over. Yeah, bingo is apparently rigged. I think you all are right though. It is. I think it is too early in the morning for the U.S. people for bingo. Sometimes I win bingo and just don't tell you guys because I still want you to play. And you're right. I mean, there's no prizes, but it's still fun to play. All right. So what's going on? So I think I need another cup of coffee. We are doing the celebration stream today. That will be in, I want to say I will be live by 4 hours from now. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the launch. I really appreciate that y'all got up, or we're just happened to be in a time zone where you were able to join me. Launch parties are fun, especially because I can't go and see launches in person because I live in Ohio. So it is nice that we can watch them over the internet. Bunny Hedger says, I'm just wondering about the size of the post-launch neck and back massage team. I don't know. That would be a nice perk, I feel, to have a couple massage therapists on site and be like, all right, we're done. Here's a massage therapist. I'm sure some of them go out and get celebratory food and or beverages. Things of that nature. Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, Guido, in about 4 hours. Because that's the easiest way for me to convey time without having to translate a bunch of time zones. Any time set for ISS docking. They said this would not dock until November 4th and very early in the morning. And if she's saying it's very early in the morning, it's going to be very early in the morning Eastern time. And Cygnus doesn't actually dock. The only thing that actually docks is Soyuz in progress, because they docking means automatically no assistance. Berthing means that you need some assistance. So this will berth with the Tinker. I hear you crying. Oh, you're sitting. Good. Berthing with this will berth with the ISS, just like Dragon Cargo bursts with the ISS, and so on and so forth. Ooh, pancakes. Arnster says the alpha magnetic spectrometer is getting fixed, something it wasn't expected to be able to do, and that'll help scientists further constrain what dark matter is constrain what dark matter can even be. Oh, because we don't know. Alrighty then. So y'all are talking about food. And I haven't had lunch yet. So Comment Girl says, I can't wait till NeoCam launches. When does that launch? Do you know? I try not to think too far ahead of myself as far as launches. Because launches. It's hard to keep track of all of them. It's a lot. I know, buddy. I know. I'm almost done. So the cat wants me to wrap it up because he early 20s. Okay. Gotcha. Ooh. Not, yeah, you guys are talking about food. This is dangerous. I didn't even get the food talk started and y'all were talking about food. Yes, cats rule the universe. The cat is old and essentially in hospice care, so it's whatever he wants, he gets. As Arnstra says, the AMS is getting worked on in one of the upcoming spacewalks before they even finish doing the batteries. Correct. Alright. Alright. So, with that, I am going to wrap things up. Thank you again, everybody, for being here and joining me for the launch. As I said, I will be back in about 4 hours for the Bennu celebration stream. If you don't know what that is, mapping of Bennu is still going on, but we did phase 1 mapping of Bennu, and it took 91 days, which felt like forever, but phase 1 is done, and we don't ever have to do it again, and I had promised that I would stream when we were done with Bennu. So that's what this is. We're gonna do Lego. I have some space and astronomy themed adult beverages y'all can choose for. Somewhere on my desk I have Pop Rocks. I do have mini mooncakes. I couldn't find full-size ones. And yeah, but that's gonna be in 4 hours, so I have enough time to essentially wake up, quite frankly. And we'll probably look at some other citizen science projects, including moon mappers. So with all of that, things and stuff. Ernster says, I will not be there, but I hope someone sets fire to miniature Bennu for me. There will be a Bennu pinata at the weekly Space Hangout. Not at the weekly Space Hangout. There will be a Bennu pinata at the Hangout-a-thon, but that's not till December. That's not till right before Christmas. Okay, I think that's all the things. Thank you all. Now it's time for Wall of Text time. So hi, I'm Annie, and this was brought to you by PSI, that's Planetary Science Institute, out of Tucson, Arizona. 501c3 corporation, fancy speak for your donations are tax deductible where laws allow. We are here because of you. Thank you, everybody, for making that possible. You all are awesome. And I think that's all the things. I think that's the very short thing. I will see you all in about 4 hours, more or less. So until then, have a wonderful insert time of day here and keep being awesome. Bye.